Hi, welcome to Saturday YouTube channel. We're going to work in some oil pastels and draw some cherries. So I'm going to draw super lightly using white paper and gray. If you don't have gray, you could use peachy color. And you can follow my sketch or make your own sketch. They're basically two blobs with a shadow edge. I'm going to fill this in with red. And I'm using the side of it. I'm going to use the side of it a lot. I find it smoother to fill it in that way. Just a little tiny piece. So I broke off some dark blue, and then what I'm going to do is put the red back on top of it. So I'm mixing now on the paper. So this is a tortilla, it's a type of blending stump. It's really rolled, it's very tight. I like it with oil pastels to blend, and you can push it around outside. See how I just kind of push that out? I love doing that. Yeah, so you can really mix well with this. It's nice and stiff. And there's a tiny bit of a warm color here, so I put some orange. And then what I'm going to do is a tiny bit of red for the light side there. So I thought I'd draw a little bit of blue. I saw some blue reflections in it. And then I'm going to use black. I don't normally use black just to make something dark, but it was pretty dark, and black can be a color in my opinion. So I'm redrawing using the black wherever it's super dark. And then I'm going to go over it using the blending stump to blend it in with the color, so it's just not a pure black right there. And sometimes you might need to tap your paper if the oil pastels build up. So take your time blending, smooth things out. And so this is going to be a little bit of blue here and here. Sometimes I think a blue is pretty nice for a shadow edge. And then I'm going to add gray first, so it's going to be dark as it sits on top of the table, and then a little bit lighter as it comes out. So I'm mixing with the gray. There's a little bit of red in there, and that's fine too. Okay, so this is a dark blue first to draw the stem. I was really careful. I was tracing over my original gray, and then I'm going to add some yellow because it's a little green there. I think you can see that right in front of you. And I'm going to go all the way across. And to make it dark, you got red, yellow, and blue. I'm going to add some red in just a bit. Okay, so here's the red, very carefully making it kind of blend. And I'm using the tip of it, so if you don't have a nice crisp edge, just break it. Alright, so let's use the whites. This is the fun part for me. Looking at all the highlights, and there are a lot of highlights. So I'm really pressing down hard, kind of digging in to get the highlights to kind of pop. And it will work. Oil pastels are pretty amazing that way. And if you just press down and draw it and just go back over it, you will get pure white on top of even black with oil pastels. Okay, so I think it looks pretty good. And now what I want to do is take the white and put a little, actually this is blue, and that's my kitty cat. That was Henry. So this is the reflection. The reflection's pretty dark, but it does help. I'm wiping it off or tap it off. Sometimes it smears if you wipe it, so be a little careful. Alright, so let's go ahead and blend, 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 blend. Kind of get rid of some of the lines so it looks a little bit softer with the transitions. Take your time. I'm using the tip of it, but I'm not smashing it. And I'm going carefully around things so that I don't lose the white, because I want it to stay really, really, really white at this point. And I'm just kind of cleaning things up and tidying things, as you can see. So good. Let's take a light blue, cerulean blue, and let's put some inside it. If you look at highlights, they actually have more colors than you could ever imagine, especially with the light reflecting on it. So you might enjoy seeing that, but it's reflecting, and the blue really makes it kind of pop against the warm colors of the red. So this is something for you to see and know. So I'm going to put some down here just so it's a little bit dark but not purely dark. And then after I do that, I'm going to take some white. I'm going to really press down hard and mix, 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 mix. Soften all of my edges. And as you can see, the table's even shaking. I'm pressing down so hard. So I got a little smeared right there, and that's going to happen. So your fingernail is pretty magical. If you don't have a fingernail to scrape it off, you can use an eraser. And then just put white back on top of it. And it will fix everything. It's pretty awesome with oil pastels that way. So it's pretty common for it to kind of smear if that does happen. Alright, so I'm going to continue to blend with the white. And yeah, so this is making a little still life using some cherries. You can follow along with my process or look at your own still life and have some fun with this. So go ahead and finish this off with the blending stump. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, liking, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Take care.